Hello everyone, welcome back. We are into game number 2. It is Teammates with a 1-0 lead, now on the red side, facing off against Water Buffalo, now on the blue side.
Yeah, and we do have a substitution here. False Cut coming in for Pin Ducky in this second game for Teammates. Volibear banned immediately. We saw that last game. They do not want Green Bay to get his hands on that champion.
No, they definitely do not. Though the Master E seems working for Green Bay just fine. So we'll see if they stick with their original picks and bans, or if they want to go more focused this game. And actually, the teammates banning out the Annie this time. Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. And I think not having Pin Ducky in this game, it could affect their strategy quite a bit in this matchup.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pin Ducky, notably just the big split pushing champion pool. Anything with a Rage Blade. So Tryndamere, Jax, Master Yi,
Anivia,
Kale,
okay,
Zillion.
no.
Wait.
ADC and Anivia? Burns on CC.
That is terrible.
What?
Oh, God. Well,
It's got self-peel. It's great.
That doesn't mean ADC Aurelion still is good.
ADC Lulu is my favorite, actually.
Oh, God. All right. Can we talk about literally anything else?
Okay, so Echo taking away. Echo probably the most broken champion on this patch. You just build tank and you kill everyone anyways. Trundle taken away. We saw the same thing last game, probably targeted at, I'm guessing, Veni Vidi Vici, but something like that. I don't have research for this.
Never admit that.
Oh, shoot. My research is perfect.
Yeah. We'll see.
Victor take away from Kaleido. I like this. Every time I've seen Kaleido play Victor, it's
gone
really
well.
Good. And this is going back since I started casting these games.
Yeah.
And Poppy taken away.
Interesting. Poppy?
He feels very weak on this patch. I haven't actually played her on this patch.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, there's probably a reason for that.
As with the last game, they are leaving the Azir open, and Heki is drafting a bit later in this game, so might see them going for that, depending on who gets picked in the mid lane, and if they reveal that mid lane matchup.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they shake up the roles. Curious to see how they shake up the roles, because none of them main top lane, as far as I know. So I'm mostly curious to see who goes for that, and they have 2 ADC mains as well. So we'll see.
Could see a Lucian top.
Victor is banned, so maybe it's Azir. Yeah. Hooney.
Not all of us can be Hooney. What can I say? What can I say?
It didn't really work out.
Not even Hooney can be Hooney.
Yeah.
Not even Hooney can be Hooney.
LCS spoilers. Sorry, guys.
Whoops.
That was like months ago.
It was a week ago.
Wait,
really? Oh, all right. Well, hey, look, it's Lucian top.
Lucian first picked. Probably going to coenzyme DA.
No, it's Lucian top. I promise.
Sorry.
I guarantee it.
Sorry, it's a top lane Lucian. Going.
You heard it here first. Lucian top guaranteed.
All right, we do see the Shyvana though.
Another champion we've seen him on, and to pretty good success if I remember correctly.
Absolutely.
Just anything he can build a Devour on, he's very happy about.
It is very much his style of champion, right? We've said this before. Run at the enemy team, do a ton of damage, and probably not die in the process. Preferably with a Devour. Anything you can play that on, Green Bay has probably got you covered. Like back in the day, last year, we saw him playing Devour Udyr. Exact same playstyle, right? So it's just those kinds of champions, and the meta really seems to reward those kinds of champions now, as we do see the Morgana getting locked in second.
Do you think they'll go for a Jhin?
I would be really excited if they did go for a Jhin, and I mean the Jhin Morgana lane is just it's so good early, it's good mid game, it's good late game, it's just good. Like, I don't have anything else to say about it. It's just good. At this point, I've said all I can.
Wait, so you like the Jhin Morgana lane?
I think it's terrible.
Just to be clear. Okay, that's what I thought. Anyways, we see the Braum and the Rek'Sai once again from Water Buffalo, so not changing anything up just yet. The Rek'Sai.
There's the Jhin. Locked it in.
Yeah, it is the Jhin Morgana
I think they've been listening to our casts. Or it's just really good, and people have realized this.
Angels descend from the heavens, become Morgana, and get paired up with Jhin. I don't know where I'm going with that.
I would say the bright spot for Water Buffalo last time was Mafcow on that Rek'Sai. It was very strong on that champion.
Yeah, I did like the damage build ended up working out pretty well for him.
Yeah,
it really did. It did. Now this is very interesting.
Hovering a few different mid laners. I don't think that's going to be a Jace pickup.
Yeah,
that would be
a Jace blind pick.
Fairly heavy on the AD, and a Jace blind pick is
pretty ballsy. Oh, there we go.
That's what I thought.
Shurima has arrived.
Shurima.
Oh no.
Not surprised to see this. Heki loving
Not
that
at all.
champion and always very effective on his Azir.
Yeah. So we are going to see him in the mid lane, which does mean that Kaleido's going to be swapping probably to top lane by the looks of it. Unless there's some more swapping around.
Yeah, I think I've seen Felskut on the Morgana before, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
And we do see Vani Vici blind picking the Wukong top lane.
And also a Jace hover. For the
They're
mid.
going to hover the Jace. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they actually go for this, or maybe they're just trolling. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Jace Azir matchup, but I think the long range poke for Jace should be pretty nice. You know, being able to stay out of range of those sand soldiers and get some return damage.
Yeah.
Better than the days where you could kill his acceleration gate and get a golden experience from that. So
Oh gosh.
that was release Azir. Your wall could damage and kill Jace Gate, and you would get a ton of golden experience from that. We are all very happy that's over.
Glorious patch, probably one of the buggiest ever, at least since I started playing. And maybe a Cho'Gath for Kaleido. It is a champion that Kaleido has played before, if I remember correctly.
Now that's not
Can
going
be taken
to
in the top lane.
that's not going to do exceptionally well in that Wukong matchup.
Yeah, and that does get locked in.
I don't see how you hit anything on Wukong, because he can just dash out of your Rupture, and if you can't land Rupture, it's
Tricky.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tricky.
We'll have to see how it goes. I feel like Veni Vidi Vici will have a fun time in that lane, but Kaleido does have a lot of sustain on Cho'Gath, if nothing else. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if he can land that silence, that shuts down Wukong
A little
pretty
bit.
well.
That's true.
But Wukong does have a lot of ways to sort of dodge out of the Cho'Gath combo.
I kind of just want to see Rylai's on Cho'Gath. I love Rylai's.
Oh god.
I hate Rylai's Cho'Gath when it's against me, because it's the most annoying thing ever. Your E procs Rylai's.
On every auto attack.
Every
can
auto
proc your
attack.
allies.
It's so brutal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun fact, your E is not a non-hit. It's a spell.
It's spell effect.
Well, it has a giant, like, you know, like the spikes shoot out and like people take damage behind your target. So that, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
I guess.
That
It's
does.
like on-hit spell effect.
You're a non-hit spell effect.
So we do have our final team compositions now. So coming out from Water Buffalo, it is going to be Wukong in the top lane, Rek'Sai jungle, Jace in the mid lane, and again the Lucian Braum bot lane.
So,
very strong combo down there.
I'm
And
kind of concerned, though, because they have no magic damage.
that is pretty true. This is an 80 heavy composition. At the same time, there's not really a true tank going against them that's gonna build a ton of armor and make them pay for that. Cho'Gath can build the Frozen Heart, can build the Zonias.
A lot of it depends on what Kaleido goes for.
But I don't think that's going to play really hard into the play style that we saw out of Kaleido. And I think in that last game, you know, we saw teammates going for mostly split pushers, so not into heavy tank, but a fair ways into, you know, bruiser wear you down with lots of autos champions. And I don't think that that's likely to change that much for this match.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting to see Cho'Gath go a tank heavy build in this game for sure.
Yeah. I mean, they are still going to have a reasonable amount of bulk with the Shyvana and with the Cho'Gath. Like, Cho'Gath is just going to be tanky regardless of what he does. Even if he does go a high damage build, he is still going to have those free feast stacks for a bunch of nice HP. So that's not going to be the worst ever.
It's also interesting to see both of these mid laners opting for the defensive summoner spell option, as we see barrier on both sides.
It's also worth noting that the other team is not the tankiest either. Wukong has a tendency to build a lot of damage items and get tanky by building those bruiser stats, but is not going to be a true tank in his own right either, and if he's not careful, will get melted down by that Azir and by that Cho'Gath pretty quickly in team fights.
Yeah, I'm curious to see whether Mafcow does adjust the build for this game and maybe goes for the Cinder Hulk Rek'Sai rather than the Warrior Enchant Rek'Sai.
They need a source of magic damage somewhere.
Yeah?
Cinder Hulk is magic damage. There you go.
Exactly.
Problem solved.
It's fine. Wukong has Thunderlords. That's magic damage.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But
So I believe, Fred, you want to talk us through the rest of the Keystone Masteries as well?
yeah, sure. I mean, we'll see them in about 30 seconds, but running through them real quick. Coenzyme M on Jace has the Thunderlords. Lucian, Coenzyme DA has the Fervor of Battle. Mathcow has the Strength of the Ages in the jungle. Wolstenholme has the Bond of Stone in the bottom lane, and Vani Vidi Vici has that very, very effective Thunderlords Wukong in the top lane that leads to such cool trading patterns on that champion. Meanwhile, on the red side, Green Bay also has that Strength of the Ages in the jungle. These are very, very good jungle masteries. Gives you a lot of free tank stats and later on a lot of free sustain in the jungle. Heki has Thunderlords on his ear. I don't think Fervor of Battle procs on soldier auto attacks anymore. I believe they
that
fixed
was patched out.
Thank God. That was terrible. I did not enjoy that. Jin has the expected Deathfire touch. Cho'Gath actually going for that Grasp of the Undying. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I don't actually know how much it's going to benefit him in this lane because Wukong does not like to stay in combat for very long. Wukong's trading pattern is go in, auto attack Q, proc Thunderlords, and just get out. I don't actually know, like, unless he can land the Rupture or land the Silence or anticipate some sort of Wukong coming in, he's not going to be able to reliably get those Grasp with the Undying procs off.
Well, it depends, right? If Wukong goes in before Cho'Gath can, like, be in the vicinity of minions, then yes, you're right. But all Cho'Gath has to do is like hit minions for 3 seconds.
That's true.
Before Wukong goes in or something like that. So that's true. I think it's sufficiently reliable,
okay.
And it is probably one of the best laning summoner spells you can take as a melee laner.
Yeah. Well, I can't disagree with that.
Keystones.
Oh, right. Yeah, whatever. They're all the same.
And next to the summoner.
To finish things up, False Kata Morgana has the expected Thunderlords.
Yeah, actually, Promote is the best summoner in this game now.
I miss those days.
Promote Surge.
The glory days.
My favorite was Surge, Lulu ulted, 6-stack.
Oh, what the hell?
Fills half the map.
Pretty much. I mean, you can get basically the same effect with Iron Elixir now.
What's Iron? I've never heard of this.
Iron Elixir.
All right. Fee.
Yeah.
What? Like this.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben is wearing an Iron Elixir shirt. that's not quite what it is.
Not quite.
Close enough. All right, we see the instant mastery spam coming out from the Water Buffaloes.
I do wonder if that mastery spam is actually bound to the Q key.
I think the last game it was.
Yeah.
I'm relatively sure.
Okay, yeah, good. False Cut does have the tag. So, once again, both teams with the perfect club tag synergy, which, as we know, the most important thing going to this game. If you don't have that club tag synergy, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose. Because then, obviously, it means that you're not actually a 5-man.
Oh, you're just like a pre-made and then some scrub.
Yeah, once again, we see teammates with the 5-man invade going into the Braum. Yep, there's the mastery. Okay, still got it on there. And Coenzyme DA is going to back off court. The lightning lands over the wall, going to get a lot of damage onto him. I don't think they're going to be able to finish off this kill, as they would have to dive underneath that turret, but that's going to force him back early. It is going to be early enough that he's going to be able to get back to lane, no problem. The lands again. That's just annoying.
That's rude.
I'm just going to do that again and again.
Yeah. And
my precious child Morgana. I love Morgana. Great champion.
A little bit of back and forth at the level 1, but not gonna make anything happen there.
Heki under.
These teams seem to have coordinated.
That's the wrong emote spam, though.
I don't know. These teams seem to have coordinated to mastery spam as much as possible in this early game.
Yeah. Well, there is a lot of mastery going around, I guess. I don't know really how to say it. A lot of these guys are on pretty comfortable champions. I mean, especially Heki, for instance, but still.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen the Jace before in the MIT tournament, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Provides a lot of poke. Very good sieger.
Yeah.
Also has some pretty nice all-in, though he's going to take a lot of harass from his ear if he actually tries to do stuff from melee range.
Yeah, I don't.
The Thunderlord's proc there. I don't think he wanted to be in there for as long as he was.
No, he does not want Hammer Form against this lane pretty much ever, unless he's going all in.
Yeah, Hammer Form, nice for the gap closer, nice for providing a little bit of self-peel or possibly helping out with the gank. That's a stun coming down onto Coenzyme DA, and they follow it up with the Morgana binding, so a lot of damage. The Thunderlord's proccing from the Morgana auto attack. That's going to put this Lucian very low in the early going, and he's already used his only potion in this lane.
Cruiser is actually also pretty low, though. Jhin lanes are always exciting, though. Every time there's a Jhin in a lane, you know something wild's going to happen.
They're a work of art.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it.
Thanks, Ray.
Let me explain.
It's because it's his theme.
He's an artist.
The thing.
Wait, but he doesn't look like an artist to me.
That's
I don't even.
That's very narrow-minded of you.
Did this guy even go to art school? Does he even have a degree?
And Gank coming in early on. Mafcow.
Oh,
a
nice!
Great rupture coming in from Cho'Gath, and the immediate silence is going to be able to get out of there no problem whatsoever in the top lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Coenzyme M, again, taking a good amount of poke.
Went aggressive with the hammer form, but Azir returning a lot of damage as he retreated.
Yeah, and that's
Azir can get off the slows with the Q, and then also just put his soldiers in position to do a lot of return damage.
Exactly, and that's really the thing about that's the thing about a lot of melee into range mid lane matchups. You can get in and do the damage, but how are you going to get out? Okay, right, and that's the big question. This is why Coenzyme going to hammer form might not be the best of it is, as we do see Heki proccing the Thunderlords on him repeatedly for a lot of damage.
Yeah, here's the thing: is that Jace's mana sustain in the early game is quite difficult.
Yeah,
and being in hammer form to get that mana back is sort of one of the ways to survive.
But
in
it's
that
dangerous.
Way. Yeah, but it is a very dangerous method of trading.
Unlike a lot of champions.
Rupture landing on Veni in the top lane. We do see Kaleido maybe trying to go in for that kill. Gets him quite low. Trading in the bot lane happening as well, as this Braum is nearly out of mana. So that's going to make trading back quite difficult in there, as Lucian and Braum are going to have to back off just a little bit.
Unlike a lot of champions who have two forms, like melee and ranged, Jace's melee form abilities still cost mana.
Yep.
So he can't really sustain that effectively in melee.
Well, so crucially, his W returns mana on his auto attacks as a passive.
But it's only in melee form, which is going to be very punishing against Azir. Now, this top lane matchup is not actually going the way we called it, and I think that might be because of Kaleido's decision to start Cloth and 5 potions.
Coenzyme M going low.
Ooh.
Once again, I think Heki might have been able to get another auto attack off with that soldier, so yeah, he is going to be forced back here.
Yeah.
And Heki building up a pretty sizable lead on this Azir in the early game. Mafcow, though, coming into the bottom lane, the knockup only lands onto False God, who's going to flash backwards, lands the binding onto Mafcow.
Good
so
CC.
Maybe, yeah, able to get that, and Coenzyme go down to the Jhin. That is first blood. The flash forward, finishing off that kill. Braum trying to flash out, didn't want to use that, though, as the teleport coming down from bottom lane, Kaleido picks up that kill. So that is going to be 2 for none in the bottom lane. They're also going to force Mafcow back from this turret. So 2 early kills, one going over to the ADC, one going over to the top laner, exactly where you want those.
Really awesome combo at the start of that gank by Falsecut and X-Cruiser, as we see they're going to take the dragon. The Black Shield went immediately onto Cruiser, so Mafcow couldn't get that knockup. Cruiser immediately followed up by getting the snare with his W onto Mafcow, resulting in the easy turnaround, especially as soon as Green Bay came around the corner and the TP started being channeled by, what was it, Kaleido?
Yeah. And that is the thing about the early game Rek'Sai, is that most of what a lot of the gank is in landing that first knockup and getting in position. And so not being able to get that knockup onto the AD carry
when you were in position to get it on 2 people in the first place.
Yeah, so that was a
really
good
nice
good use of the Black Shield, and Falsecut also flashing away right after that knockup, so they're not able to get the finishing damage.
Right, and a nice turnaround, and that's a kill. 2 really good kills to have. And this is going to be a tank Cho'Gath, which is kind of what I expected, and kind of what I wanted to see from Kaleido.
Okay.
And really, all he has to do is just build a ton of armor, and he will be completely unbeatable. Going first for the Sunfire Cape, which is really strong right now. I'd like to see stuff like a Frozen Heart, Thornmail, whatever.
Rylai's.
Yeah, Frozen Heart in particular synergizes really well with Cho'Gath's kit. Gets him a lot of CDR, a lot of mana.
Green Bay coming in.
Yep, Gank coming in.
Followed by
Mafcow
Mafcow.
right behind him. That's an immediate counter gank coming in, and Veni gonna try and re-engage. The knockup comes onto Green Bay. He's gonna go down very quickly, and now Kaleido's in a bad spot. The knockup coming in is gonna tag him, and Veni follows that up to finish the kill.
Really nice counter gank there.
Yeah, 2 Doran's Blades picked up on the first back for Wukong, and that's gonna help him secure the kill with that extra bit of damage.
Absolutely, and that was pretty clutch, because Veni did not have his ultimate until halfway through that fight. After the first kill had gone off, takes his ult instantly and uses to secure the second kill. Very, very well played there on the side of Water Buffaloes.
Yeah, and Mafcow being in precisely the right spot to make that counter gank happen.
Yep.
Is following right behind Green Bay.
Very good follow.
Yeah. Good choices.
We do see Braum doing Braum things.
Spamming the master emote.
I don't know if that's a Braum thing.
It's literally down to Q.
Yeah. Yes. I think we're all pretty convinced of that at this point.
It's lots of fun.
Yeah, for some. For you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do it Mostly because I don't want to get recorded, but also because they moved key bindings to the server, so it's harder to do.
Right. All right. So we are going to see this bot lane get pushed in a little bit. That is going to be okay. They are going to be able to CS up under this turret. Not going to be such a big deal. Jhin and Morgana cannot actually go that aggressive under the turret. As you can see, they're going to take a turret shot each there, I think.
Yeah. One of the things to note is that with that first blood kill coming in, Cruiser was actually able to get a BF sword on his first back compared to the 2 long swords coming out of Lucian.
Yeah.
So that's not really going to hurt Lucian's build too badly, because I believe those long swords can still build the useful item. Bind landing from Morgana. Cohen's DA locked up again by the Jhin. Gonna try and give the kill over, but False Cut is going to end up taking that one with the backside of the Morgana ultimate. Is going to get stunned up. No, the Black Shield keeps the Braum stun off. Still going to die to the damage, though. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. The Jhin ultimate coming in. Gonna get pretty much point blank. Misses the Braum, but can the Jhin ultimate tag him? Yes, that's a double kill now from Cruiser. So in the end, a 3-for-1 trade once again. And turning around these fights just so well, our teammates.
Yeah.
We are seeing again and again the power of the Jhin Morgana lane.
Yes, it's been so good. It's been so good.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw there, Cruiser with a BF to the double longswords of Cohen's MDA, able to do way more damage.
Yeah, and it's in fights like that where you really start to see the difference between those 2 item builds, I think. The difference is going to stack up even more as Cruiser does manage to pick up that Caulfield's Warhammer now, so he is just going to be miles ahead in damage.
Yeah. Yeah, ouch. Almost has the completed Essence Reaver, only 400 gold away from that.
Yep, and do we see a lane swap coming in here?
Yeah,
do you see Coenzyme M in the top lane?
Headed up to the top lane. Vinny Vici now in the mid lane against Heki.
Yeah, I think Jace having a very tough time in the mid lane. I'm not sure that Wukong's actually going to have a whole lot better of a time. But this is a melee versus melee, or melee versus semi-melee matchup now in the top lane. So I think this is going to be much better for Jace. I don't know that this is actually going to succeed in shutting Heki down as he gets the Azir wall on.
Cruiser!
The stun lands. Vinny Vici jumps back into the Jhin lockdown. That is a 1-for-1 trade as Mafcow once again in the right place to get these counter kills off. Braum jumping in is going to save his jungler there. So 1-for-1 is going to be the final score in that trade.
Very, very nice play by Wolstenholme to save his jungler with that big Braum shield there. But they're going to lose this entire wave. They're going to take quite a bit of damage on Third, and Mafcow is spotted out by the ward, so he is going to get bound. Jhin W just barely misses. That was a slight error on his part.
Braum ultimate comes out, gonna try and get the lockdown onto Cruiser, but the Black Shield is there just in time. Would not have been able to proc the stun. Mafcow, though, gets caught out as once again Teammates takes what looks like a decent opening to try and get something onto them. The Black Shield comes out at the right time. They can't land the CC, and they turn around for a kill.
And we've talked already about the Jhin Morgana lane. They're doing so well, but also what we have to talk about, Green Bay has this habit, this game at least, of always being in the right place at the right time
really
for
does.
the counter ganks.
Yeah.
There's one inopportune gank in the top lane.
Where he got counter ganked himself.
Right. But otherwise...
Yeah, Mafcow's play has been quite good as well.
Otherwise, Green Bay has...
Oh, Mafcow, using the Rek'Sai ult, gets into the middle of 2 members of the opposing team and immediately goes down. That was an unfortunate placement there. And now it's a 3-on-1. Veni Vici is silenced, is going to go down. Green Bay picking up that kill, and the Jhin ultimate tagging Coenzyme M. Second shot, last shot with the extra missing health damage takes him down.
That
the
crit.
Barrier not enough.
Wow, lucky crit.
It's nothing lucky about it. It's guaranteed crit.
It's not luck if it's art, Fred.
Right, exactly. 4-0-4 now on Cruiser. This is a scary, scary Jhin.
And this is the really cool thing about Jhin too, is that once you finish up your bot lane, you can just roam around the map and actually contribute to making ganks instead of just shoving waves.
Braum stun coming in might just line up his Kaleido, but no, the Jhin trap is going to slow him down enough to push him back.
Meanwhile, Green Bay securing yet another dragon for his team and more Devourer stacks for himself. He's going to pick up that Scuttle on the way out. He says thank you very much for 7 Devourer stacks. Veni Vici is going to go in onto Heki. That's a lot of damage on Heki, but he does get shoved away.
And X-Cruiser has to jump over the wall, but goes straight into a Braum stun. He's going to get locked down, and that's a nice little pick there. 2 kills picked up.
Pushing the Yelting Wukong into his AD carry. Maybe not the best synergy there.
Yeah, wanted to get him off of himself, but did not exactly put him in the right spot.
They were both making the same mistake. They're really, really, really pushed up in that top lane, and there were 3 people who collapsed on them. Nice collapse, no punish for that.
Yeah.
Aside from some bot lane pressure. Actually, Green Bay is shoving up the bot lane. We'll see if anyone actually responds or like catches that wave.
Yeah, it looks like that bot lane duo, the Braum and Lucian, are going to both go down there, so they will be able to pick up that wave for the experience at the very least.
Yeah. Last game we saw that Green Bay couldn't keep up with the like super hard farming Rek'Sai. This game he actually is ahead. Oh.
Bind lands on Coenzyme M. Can they follow it up with damage? The Rupture lands. False Cut picks up
Tormented
the
Soil!
Tormented Soil. They wanted to give that over to Kaleido if they could, I think.
I understand.
Didn't have quite enough damage with the silence.
I understand Kaleido's pain. What can I say?
I mean, okay, so what you guys are seeing here is like pretty textbook, like how to snowball a winning bot lane as a support.
Yeah.
If you look at the vision in the blue side jungle, you're gonna see that the wards are going to give False Cut a lot of room to maneuver around the jungle. They know where the enemy team is at pretty much all times in that bot side jungle. It gives him the capability to roam mid, to make those picks, make those plays, and get the rest of his team fed. So when you win that bot lane, vision control plus playmaking around the map, that's what's gonna snowball you the game as support, not sitting around bot lane catching your AD carries farm. The advantage of that is that your AD carry also gets solo farm.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this in previous games as well. Like once you've got that outer turret down, there's not a whole lot of point in you just sticking around in that lane. You want to be out on the map making plays, helping your other lanes out. Because you pushed your lane up and gotten an advantage early on.
Absolutely.
And
the
Green Bay right in the middle of the entire team does manage to jump out of it. Coenzyme M going very low on the back of the fight. Heki is going to manage to pick him up with those soldiers. Veni Vidi Vici, though, catching a couple low members, so that's now a 2-for-2 trade. Heki is also in the backside. The barrier is going to get popped. That's going to keep him safe enough. And Veni Vidi Vici gets shut down after those 2 kills. Can Kaleido catch on to Mafcow? The Rupture lands. Kaleido walking right into that Rupture and Cruiser with the damage to finish it off. So another solid fight from teammates. Again, getting 2 early kills, getting turned back around, but they finish it 4-for-2 in that fight.
Yeah, it actually started with Green Bay getting a bit caught out, but able to ult to safety, and then it's a lot of AoE damage coming in from the side of teammates.
I think it was also the water buffaloes just blowing too much to catch that support out early. Because we see False Cut didn't even get to ult that fight, but it didn't matter. The Braum ult was already down, the Wukong ult was already down, their big team fighting tools were no longer there, and that just let the teammates clean up the rest of the fight.
Yeah. Veni Vidi Vici was able to pick up a couple kills on low members, but that was about it.
Yeah, and now Wukong, I think, has finished off, I believe that's a Ghost Blade?
That is going to be the Hex Drinker, I believe.
It's a Hex Drinker.
Hex Drinker, but
so
going to be working
appears there is still some kind of spectator bug with the
item actives.
Cooldowns.
Yeah,
item active cooldowns.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just saying a bunch of components right now. I mean, those are all very good components in their own right, so there's nothing strictly wrong with that for the time being. Is going to work into that Youmuu's Ghost Blade.
Yep, Kaleido getting onto Veni Vidi Vici, actually getting quite a bit of damage, and that Grasp of the Undying is helping out, but Mafcow in for the counter gank in the right place at the right time once again. The Braum also jumping over the wall, but he's going to get caught out a little bit too low as Green Bay was following up behind him. So Mafcow in the right place, but unfortunately the rest of his team just a little bit too low to actually finish that off. We see Lucian running through the jungle, gonna be able to get back to the team just about. I thought we might see a bind coming in from Morgana. Green Bay jumping in aggressively onto Mafcow. The snare from Jhin doesn't quite land, so they are gonna have to back off as this tower is keeping them safe still.
All right, that was a questionable ultimate from Green Bay. I'm not entirely certain what he was going for there.
False Cut being annoying.
Yeah, False Cut doing Morgana things. It's okay. Like Shyvana's ultimate, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't have a long cooldown. You're gonna get that Fury back pretty quickly, especially with Devour. Mafcow gets
taking
caught.
a binding and tormented soil. That's a good amount of damage, but False Cut gets caught out too close to the enemy team, dodging most of the culling damage, but should still go down here. Mafcow securing that kill, and teammates getting a little bit cocky as they're pushed up very far in that lane. The Jhin ultimate gonna get some good damage over the back, but not really able to threaten anyone's life. That last shot actually landing on the Braum, who is at full health, so not taking advantage of that passive.
And Green Bay not actually having the ultimate may have hampered his ability to flank in that scenario as we see another fight break out.
Braum again jumping into the rest of the team, but he's quite low, is going to go down. That's just the AoE damage from Green Bay. 1-for-1 trade. Heki picking up 2 kills with the Sand Soldiers. Huge damage from the Azirs. He's allowed to just put his soldiers through the entire team at once. And now top lane is going to be left open once again. 3-for-1 for teammates. They keep coming out ahead in these big trades.
Heki getting so much damage down in those chokes. I mean, that's exactly where the Azir wants to fight. in those choke points where you can't really get away from his Sand Soldiers and his consistent damage. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, Kaleido able to win the 1v1 under turret against the Jace and picks up that turret by himself. And
Teleport in the top lane is going to keep that turret alive for now as Venividici goes on to Heki. He does have the damage. The flash... Oh, no, that was not the flash at the last moment.
That was a straight... I think that was... he was trying to E to a Sand Soldier.
I believe the
soldier dies when he dies.
Yeah.
But something I do want to point out is that gold differential in mid lane. That is very, very punishing for Coenzyme M there.
And we see Jace trying to counter the split push Cho'Gath essentially, but
that Cho'Gath has so much armor.
Down. He's got building
Iceborne Gauntlet now.
Yeah, full armor build. He's got the Mora mana finished, but that's not gonna be enough to get through Cho'Gath.
Yeah, that's not gonna let him cut through the 228 armor that this Cho'Gath has already built at 19 minutes.
Not to mention the ridiculous amount of HP he has between his feast and just the Sunfire Cape.
Yep. Now Green Bay securing the dragon already has that Sated Devour, so he is going to have that Sated Devour Titanic Hydra synergy that we're talking about.
Venividici gets popped up by Cho'Gath, and Wukong gonna try and dive to the minions for safety, but that's gonna mean he takes a little bit of damage from the caster minions, and Kaleido trying to chase him down. That is the Ghost Blade pops. He'll get a little bit of a speed boost away, but that's not going to be enough. The feast, the true damage, finishes him off. That magic damage shield from the Hexdrinker not going to do anything against that.
This is kind of why I was worried about the lack of physical damage.
And Coenzyme M caught by another bind. Cruiser putting some good damage down. That's going to finish him off. Heki actually picked up the kill on the backside, and now going to be able to maybe get some damage onto this Braum and Mathcow from the backside. Heki still has not been touched in this fight. The turret going up as well is going to help him out, and that's going to be another 2 kills from Heki in the mid lane. We did see Cho'Gath, meanwhile, split pushing in the top lane as yet another kill is finished off. That is an ace-only Cruiser going down in this fight, but that's a worthwhile sacrifice for probably a couple more turrets.
That was an awesome Azir play, placing down the turret at the same time as just pretty much 1v2. And Falscott had...
Green Bay gets a little cocky.
A little too aggressive there. But now they are split pushing down both the mid lane inhibitor turret and the top lane inhibitor turret, about to go down here from Kaleido.
Yeah, 2 inhib turrets down. Kaleido actually just going to go for the inhibitor as well, but might have to back off. He's kind of on his own.
I think he wants to back off here. The death time is starting to come back.
Well, the question is, can they actually kill him?
Members, yeah, all AD members trying to burst him down against 230 armor. He's still not going down. He's doing damage with that Sunfire Cape. The Rupture lands onto everybody. That's so much disruption.
He has False Cut for backup. The binding lands.
Yeah, bind onto Mathcow. Braum trying to chase, and they're wisely going to back off. And this Cho'Gath is just absolutely huge in every sense of the word.
No one can deal with Kaleido right now. So much armor and still does a lot of damage. I mean, the Sunfire Cape, Iceborne Gauntlet power is...
very real.
It's basically the strongest item combo in the game, especially when you have no magic damage to get through the
And here's the thing, right? Like, we said that the Wukong would be good against them in lane. Well, laning phase has passed. Wukong is all damage with no tank items, and now he just cannot cut through that massive tank that is the Cho'Gath.
He only has the flat penetration. That's not going to help against it.
It's just not enough.
This Cho'Gath.
Yeah, I think we do need to see the last whisper coming out from Jace right now. Heki pushing the Braum backwards, tries to flash back over the Azir wall, but not going to get far enough away. That's a pretty easy pick as well.
I honestly don't think teams should let Heki have this pick.
Yeah.
And Jhin Ultimate is going to be coming down. Mathcow does get locked in place. The last shot of the Jhin Ultimate gonna get a good amount of damage, and False Cut finishing that off with yet another bind. Kaleido in the middle of the backline is really far forward. We've actually seen teammates extending quite far many times during this game.
Diving through the Nexus, through the Nexus turrets.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Landing everything, too.
It gets the Silence Sound, another feast for the kill. That true damage onto Jace, and Coenzyme DA just cannot do anything against him as well. He's still alive, tanking up multiple different turrets. Finally going to go down, but that's now 4 members of the team coming toward the Nexus turrets. We do have 2 inhibitors down already. Venividici jumping into the backline. Barrier gets popped for Heki, and immediately the Wukong gets turned on. He's going to go quite low in this fight. Coenzyme DA low as well. Heki finishes off another kill. Venividici jumping in, not going to be able to finish it off. Trying to get the kill down onto False Cut or Green Bay, but they'll both survive in this fight. And that's now 4 down. It's just Mathcow on Rek'Sai up for the rest of this one.
Yeah, and I don't think Water Buffaloes is going to be able to defend their base against the incoming super minion push. We saw it all come together. The Shyvana come for a pick for Green Bay Bay, the Azir comfort pick for Heki, and that so popular Jhin Morgana bot lane that just does so much work early, mid, and late game. False Cut actually goes down, but it's not going to matter. That's going to be the last Nexus turret, and that is going to be the Nexus, hopefully going down.
Yep, and that is going to be the end of game number 2 and this series. Teammates taking this one 2-0 again, convincing fashion in game number 2, despite not having their regular top laner in this game.
Very, very well executed by the teammates. Props to False Cut for roaming around the map, making those plays. Props to Cruiser for roaming around the map and doing something other than farming for 20 minutes after the turret goes down.
Incredible Azir play from Heki. We saw that play around the mid lane turret. That was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that play by Heki was so good. Like, you cannot let these guys have comfort picks. Green Bay is pretty much impossible to ban out, but at the very least, you can spare a ban to take Heki off of that Azir. He has shown himself to be so good on that champion.
Yeah. The teammates, another strong performance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we will be back bringing you more games tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. We have another one for you that is going to be between Team Temp and Clambassadors. So stay tuned for that one right here at twitch.tv/MITLOLclub.
Yeah.
But thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all have a good evening. Play some Poro King while the mode is still out.
Yeah, enjoy your night.